following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
Kelly, you're not actually trying to eat him, are you?
The eyes go.
Remember the ally bit?
Huh. Says Stephanie. I wonder if Kelly would be able to do that like Eddie Murphy fat suit thing to someone.
Oh god, no.
What?
It is conceivable and possible, and may have been done in the past, to emulate a gigantic fat clown suit.
Oh, is that what the reference? Okay.
And a soldier at one time.
She doesn't know Eddie Murphy films. This hurts my soul.
What? You've never heard of Eddie Murphy? And one is like, is it because he's black?
No, because is he?
He is the single greatest black policeman that you need to know how to emulate.
Okay.
He can teach you how to disable a car with a mere potato.
That's actually easier than... There's a few ways you can do that with a potato. Or sugar. Sugar's a good one.
Yes, but I believe with sugar you can't just take it out of the tailpipe and then it works.
No. You would have to replace the tank. And hope that the car hadn't been running at any point.
Well, ain't you the expert on disabling cars?
Well, yeah.
Fixing them with the problem, though.
If only Jojo and Adam were around.
Well, actually, aside from him and Tom, they're probably the best people here for fixing cars.
Where is Tom?
Look around. Is anyone else missing besides Tom?
Jennifer? But she has special class.
At breakfast.
No, we're at
Oh, where this is
dinner.
dinner, sorry, yeah.
So she hasn't come back since the lesson where she was pulled out. Or after the lesson.
I'm still probably just gonna say, maybe they're the special Keter class or something?
I don't know, maybe he's running off his bacon so he doesn't hurt cholesterol or something. Oh,
That's a thing.
I don't know. Supposedly you can have too much bacon, but I don't see it.
I will be in the gym. I do not wish to become fat. No.
No, what?
Alright.
I'm just thinking I should probably go to the gym too then.
Shouldn't you guys be practicing for your thing with Shimmer?
I still don't even know any details about that.
We'll go over it after the 4th, it'll be fine.
When's she coming back?
Who could say?
You, if you know.
I don't.
Oh.
I mean, they did leave pretty quickly after their last night there.
Well, they had to
Bus
get the
to
bus.
Poor buggers.
And because the train is a bit faster.
And then the plane after that is a bit faster than the bus again.
Kind of feel bad for them and their primitive, you know.
I
Well,
really, I
it's
thought
a-
it was quite nice. Didn't have to worry about all that modern hoofah.
Oh, here's another one.
I think it would be nice to have the
Yeah.
it all the time. I mean, yeah, okay, the healing took forever and a day, but it would make you more cautious.
Toughen you up a bit too, I'd imagine.
But it's not more toughen; it's more.
Less reckless,
You're more willing. Like, I'm not saying that we are, but we're willing to take a bit more risks than we normally would.
Our training kills us.
And that's it. But we shouldn't be wanting. I'm not saying wanting. What I mean is, we shouldn't go out there with the, oh, yes, we may die here. It's, we try everything not to die. And if we do, well, that's par and course. But no, I'm just concerned that might be what some of us.
A dark figure looms into the doorway and shuffles towards the cafeteria, receiving a bowl of tasteless gruel. It shuffles in its dark hooded cloak to an edged table and sits, beginning to carefully spoon food into its shadowed face.
We have a new student.
Dex, who's that?
I don't know. Who's who? Oh shit. I don't know. There's no one there.
There's no one there.
There's no one there. I mean, I see them, but there's no one there.
So it's probably Jen.
Could be.
Jen, you okay?
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I am.
What's with the hood?
Oh. Sorry, I was hungry.
You were hungry, so you're wearing a
I
hooded
didn't
cloak.
change before I came.
Oh, that was from what you were doing.
Sorry.
You
Tired.
trying not to be seen?
No.
Oh.
I don't want to blow up.
Why are you sitting over there by yourself?
Didn't want to interrupt your heated discussion, but now I have, for no good reason.
Come join us. You're a friend.
Right.
Here, I'll slide my bacon burger across.
Hey, Derek, we never had a fight, did we?
No.
So I guess you don't like me.
Is that what it means? He hasn't fought me either.
You fight everyone, and you can't respect them otherwise, right? That's how it goes.
I've
It's
offered
not
to
really
fight
respect.
twice.
So he hasn't fought you either.
Nope. Just
Not
Roxanne.
recently.
A lot of fighting Roxanne.
So you don't respect Alvin,
That's not how it works.
myself,
Not how it works.
Jen.
Not how it works.
Who else hasn't he fought?
Okay,
Anybody
he
else?
He said it's not how it works.
Do you want to explain how it works then, or you
Not
want to
really.
leave it? Fair enough.
I mean, I'm curious.
Actually, if he's not going to tell us, we can ask his father tomorrow.
He'll explain it probably. I think I could probably use a lesson.
Derek, I'm sensing a large degree of melancholy from you.
I've never had one of whatever that vegetable is.
I thought it was a flavor.
Well, a cauliflower that tastes like watermelon.
Like sadness. Like all vegetables.
Brussels sprouts and broccoli certainly do. Ugh.
Nothing wrong with Brussels sprouts.
And so you chatter the night away. The next morning, Derek is woken up by the sound of other people.
Oh,
Also, the radio.
Damn it!
Says, good news for radio-controlled airplane hobbyists. Those unidentifiable black metallic trees that suddenly... No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to make you guys do that again. You wake up. Everyone has been delivered a copy of a newspaper-style thing. Oh, there! You see those two big cases under the table there, Ken? Between them is a series of newspapers which you can get and share around, and everyone they can read. They can read the newspapers. They can read the newspapers. They're there. Look at them. There's 2 pages apiece. You can share them around, and everyone can take turns. You can take turns. You're reading the paper. It's this old thing. It's this old thing. It's come back again. It's the reading. It's the reading of the newspapers. We can read them. We can share them around. I get to do nothing for a bit, and it sets up the day. You read. There's the papers, and you're reading them, and there they are. They're in front of you. It's 6 in the morning. Here they are. Here they are. You can start where you want. Just do like a paragraph. This
is one article.
I'm looking for the title.
Just reading you're reading the paper one at a time. You go around the table. It's this old thing. Remember this? You love this. I love this. That's why I did the thing. These things have been here for a while. It's the paper, and you're reading them, and you're going around, and you pass it from one to the other, and one of you's really bad, but he has to do it anyway. There's no escape. Some of the, if you start on the wrong person, all the biggest paragraphs will be his to read and not Ken's. That's the way around it's going to go.
Stephen, it's a small one.
You can start, and you rotate around the table, reading of the newspaper information sheet thing. There aren't separate articles. It's one big long continuous article that you can read, and it's happening now here at the table. I've turned the lights up for the reading. We're going around the table. It's that time again for the information sheet. Here we go. Begin any time now. As soon as you can begin, and you can keep reading, and you'll go, and I'll get a drink, and I'll go pee, and it'll be on the recording, and you'll have done it, and you'll all have some information that your characters will also know, and you're all there.
We're all there.
Okay, now I can. Okay,
You can begin.
Hello there. As you well know, it is ShamanCon, the History Week, in which we all learn a bit about what made our bustling little town what it is.
Oh, I've got a drink.
Or, as the official motto released by the city council goes, poke about in the black recesses of the past until it devours our fragile present. In the interest of civic participation, ShamanCon Day Community News will be pitching in with short lessons about some points of interest from our town's history, starting with
4000 BC. Archaeologists believe this is the earliest date of human settlement in Shamakonde. Little remains of these ancient inhabitants except a few cave paintings of their towns and their hunting practices, and of the dark shapes that watched them in the distance, inhuman, shimmering shapes that never came closer or farther away, but whose presence could be felt even with eyes tied shut. Huddled in fur and the company of other humans' naked skin, or so I'm extrapolating from the evidence. The cave paintings mainly resemble smudges now, after their original discoverer attempted to power wash them off the wall because he, on religious grounds, did not believe in the past.
The Shamakonde Tourism Board asks whoever is telepathically assaulting the tourists, please stop. According to the NVTB Executive Director, Madeleine Lafleur, there are 2 separate incidents in 1 week of entire tour buses suddenly shrieking in unbridled terror and unable to blind themselves upon using rolled-up, visitable Shamakonde brochures, all to the utter confusion of the bus driver. Lafleur added, "We just had those brochures printed." Lafleur claims that the tourism accounts for tens of thousands of dollars annually for Shamakonde, and the town prides itself on hospitality. She said if good-hearted family travel to Shamakonde only to find their subconsciouses besieged with unforgettable revelations, horrors buried so deep as to be completely indescribable, revealing wholly unbearable new truths, then we certainly can't expect these people to return, let alone leave good Yelp ratings for local businesses. The city is asking residents for help in determining who or what is causing these psychological infractions. The tourism board is offering puppies as a reward for anyone on the case. Or even if you don't have information, the city asks that you come get a puppy. Or 2, anyway. Seriously. The downtown municipal offices are overrun with them. In the trees, walls, carpentry, the exterminators are completely stymied by this infestation. Please help.
Wait. Before we continue, what am I going to do with my puppy once I've got it? It's not like I can take it to a dog park to walk. There isn't one.
You should not be aware of the dog park.
There isn't one. That's my problem.
The dog park, we do not go to the dog park. It is not a place where we can go. You will not pay attention to anything coming in and out of the dog park. What even is a dog park? You don't know. I don't know. A dog park? Never heard of it.
You must not visit the hive.
It has been several weeks since anyone in Shamakonde has seen the Apache tracker, that white guy who wears inaccurate and horribly offensive Indian headdress everywhere. He has not been seen since he began investigating the great screaming heard at the post office, and the words written in blood inside. Also, the entire structure of his house has vanished, and the lot where it had stood is now a botanical bucolic meadow that neighbourhood kids will not ever enter for reasons even they are unable to explain. I think I speak for everyone in the community when I say good riddance to that local embarrassment. He made the whole town look ignorant and racist.
Crews from the Department of Public Safety will be repainting highway lane markers this week. The common white dashes and double yellow lane dividers will be replaced with colourful ceramic mosaics depicting disgruntled South American workers rising en masse against an abusive capitalist hegemony. The protective steel barriers along curves in the road will be taken down to make room for some really lovely and provocative butcher paper silhouettes of slavery-era self-mutilation, reflective of centuries of slow genocide and dehumanization by Western imperialists, designed by contemporary art darling Kara Walker. Also, exits 15 to 17 along Route 800 will be closed for the next 2 Saturdays because of the biennial Lee Marvin film retrospective. So please watch for working crews this weekend, lower your speed, and don't forget to tip the DPS shift leaders. 20% of your current mileage is standard. Lack of tipping is the leading cause of sinkholes in the US.
In year 1824, the first meeting of the Town Elder Council, predecessor of the City Council, picture them, crimson-robed in soft meat crowns, as was traditional at the time, setting the groundwork for the splendour of today's Shamakonde. A number of elements of our modern civic process were invented in that single 3-hour meeting, including the City Council membership, since unchanged, the lovely Byzantine tax system, as well as the system of brutal penalties for mistakes, and the official town song, chant, and moan. All records of this meeting were destroyed, and, according to a note that has been passed to me just now, I am to report to City Hall for re-education effective tomorrow morning. Oh dear.
The results of a recent survey of Shamakonde residents came to light this week. The study found widespread dissatisfaction with our town's public library, and, when considering the facts, it's easy to see why. The public computers for internet use are outdated and slow. The lending period of 14 days is not nearly long enough to read lengthier books, given the busy schedules of all our lives. The fatality rate is also well above the national average for public libraries. The library Bloodstone Circle does not appear to have any maintenance or cleaning in some time. The reports of faceless spectre roaming around the biography section, picking off lone browsers one by one, and that biography section, by the way, is far too small and has been oddly curated, containing 33 copies of the official biography of Helen Hunt and no other books. From top to bottom, the public library is a disgrace to our fair city, and I can only hope our city council does something about that soon. Or I may find myself hoping that the faceless spectre puts the library to the same mysterious violent end as its many victims.
Shamakonde High won the grudge match against the Seadoon Vultures last night. Two-headed quarterback Matthew Sendero credits the win to help his Angels. The Angels have made an adamant denial of any involvement whatsoever in the game. The school district ethics committee has announced that they will look into any possible angelic interference.
Fucking angels.
Today, the big city not far from Shamakonde, the one with the exciting events of the current day going on conveniently within its borders, or just outside of these borders. They have almost finished a fabulous new artificial beach, which will be opened for one day by its mysterious unknown owner, the man with the suspicious name that no one comments on or thinks about. They are opening a false beach to celebrate Independence Day through crass commerce and skimpy outfits.
Shamakonde High School is adding metal detectors, and parents and students alike are outraged. Several parents we talked to said that NVHS students have long been recipients of shadow government-issued Uzis and rifles, as well as tasers and armor-piercing munitions. The school board's decision to put up metal detectors, according to parents, impinges on the clandestine operations right as a vast underground conspiracy of giant megacorporations and corrupt world leaders to bear arms via teenage paramilitary proxies. The school board countered that studies indicate that weapons distract from educators' ability to educate, and that students who bring firearms to classrooms are more likely to use firearms than students without firearms.
Yes! That's a given, thank you.
The school board says that school shootings can only get in the way of a quality education. Well, at the risk of becoming too much a part of the story, might I say that the Shalmaconde School District is overstepping its bounds by telling us whether or not our children can be armed by undercover militants. Should it be a school's job to say, no, child, you cannot have grenades or assault rifles in the classroom? I think not! Beginning November 1st, all students at NVHS will enter through metal detectors. Any firearms or weaponry found will be confiscated and held in the council's office until after school, when the students can pick them up again. Seriously, what's next? Removing the line, praise the beams, praise, O ye knowing beams that guide our lives, our hearts, our souls. Praise, O highest to ye, all powerful beams from the Pledge of Allegiance. Praise the beams.
The year 1943. As part of the war effort, Shalmaconde citizens dedicate themselves to chanting. The young, the old, the men, the women alike gathered around their bloodstones and chanting for the victory of the United States. While some credit must be given to the strategic planning of US command and the brave fighting of American soldiers, most reputable scholars believe that Shalmaconde's chanting was the deciding factor in America's eventual victory over the Axis powers. The city council erected a 7-story monument in Grove Park saying so in large neon letters until a federal lawsuit forced them to take it down. And now a word from our sponsors. That word is carp.
This next installment is our exploration of Shalmaconde's sordid past takes place in the future. In the year 2052, the Scion of the Dark Order will descend, realise he missed time, the prophecy, and reascend. The seventh siege of the great Shalmaconde Temple will rage on. The pledge of buzzing boils will kill thousands and annoy thousands more with its buzzing. The city council will reveal its true form and eat half of Shalmaconde's population. Approval ratings for the mayor will, however, hover in the low 40s, which will be surprising as there will have been no mayor for over 30 years. We present a special message from Senator Biden for the 4th of July celebrations. Merry Christmas.
Shalmaconde Business Association announced today that the Shalmaconde Harbour and Waterfront Recreation Area was not actually something that ever existed in reality. I mean, they believe they are landlocked. But it was instead a shared hallucination of the entire town's population. As such, they are proud to declare that they have never suffered any sort of disastrous business failure, and the reportedly massive amounts of money lost on building waterfront facilities in a desert are fabrications of our collective consciousness. They recommend consulting your dream interpretation manuals to determine exactly what this Shalmaconde Harbour vision could mean. They also said if you happen to stumble on the waterfront buildings out in the desert, exactly where you remembered them, and that they seem completely real, standing as vacant and useless as the day they were built, that's because you were still hallucinating and should seek medical treatment immediately. Or have a member of the city council help you if you are of the older faith and do not believe in modern medicine.
For our final story in this week's featured look into the history of Shalmaconde, let's look at the very recent past. Yesterday I had cereal for breakfast, a sandwich for lunch, steak for dinner, cars were driven. Cars were not driven. The sun gave a great shout of light and then, after several hours of thought, quietly retracted the statement. Old woman Josie dug up a box in a shady corner of her yard and carried it cradled in her arms like a baby or a delicate explosive, to another part of her yard where she buried it again. An unknown person did something that no one else saw, the nature and extent of which is impossible to determine, and the result of which will be lost in the chaotic chain of causation and consequence that is history. But most importantly, all of us here in Shalmaconde, in America, in the world, in the secret orbital bases, all of us got through another day. We passed the time from one end of 12 to the other, without stopping once. Well done, us. Good job. People who experience time experiences, good job. And from this moment in history, the one that's happening right now. Happy 4th of July, God bless America.
Kids will want dinner to last all day when you spoon on the Crafts potato fudge. Into the heart of a split, hot-baked potato spoon a big swirl of Crafts potato fudge. That chocolatey, gooey goodness your kids crave will melt right in, putting a smile on the mouth of even the most finicky eater. Kids love the taste, and you'll love the healthy vitamins and minerals they get from the natural goodness of nature's potato. The potato.
The potato. It's nature's potato.
Fudge nuggets. In a saucepan, heat potato fudge over low heat, boil and dice potatoes and pour into melted fudge on top too. Mix well until potatoes are well coated. Sprinkle with cocoa and serve hot. Makes, is it 15 or 45 servings?
48 servings.
The sow trough. Beat in plenty of tantalizing brown potato fudge when you mash your hot potatoes. Add a few more spoonfuls in the center of the serving dish. Your kids will snort, wallow, and roll in the rich chocolatey flavor. New butterscotch fudge.
Sounds delicious.
Roxanne specifically, but I got a copy for everyone, will also get the free press. It's just over here behind the bronze sun. The square one, yeah. Yeah, it's over there. Oh, you remember all this? The hiding of newspapers, not very well concealed locations all around the room, and then you go get
I'm not sure whether this is a joke or a real product from the 50s.
Here's the thing. Just like yesterday, I was watching a thing that was like, 2
pages apiece.
Bean cakes from like the 50s and stuff like that, and they were just like making cakes out of all of these weird products. Oh my god. So many pictures, so good, but so curled. But
yeah, well, I have to use all this cheap shit paper before I get back onto the good stuff. You know, this is just Roxanne just gets this, but like you've all got it. Here we go. Here we go around again, reading the paper, the thing. Possibly for the last time. Who even knows?
man, these guys are really hyped for it being Thursday.
It's just another Thursday. I mean, yeah, that once a week.
I don't care. You can read the whole thing, Roxanne. It's not that much reading.
There's not much reading.
No, I see. Okay,
I think Roxanne should definitely start with the first one.
The free press. The truth shall make you free. That's probably the most normal one of those I've seen. Thursday, 4th of July, 2013. Can you spot all the signs of racism in this patriotic picture? Racism is everywhere, especially on July 4th. To be a good anti-racist, you must train yourself to see racism everywhere and then loudly and obnoxiously point out to everybody you meet. Take a look at this patriotic photograph of a family watching fireworks and see if you can spot all the hidden racism. Okay. Here are just a few things we found after examining this picture. Everyone in this picture is white. We're starting with the easy ones here.
Even the dog.
The dog's white!
He's a white dog.
Bloody racist
Sticks
dog.
his ears, but... Number 2. The boy is wearing a blue shirt. The word blue has the same number of letters as the word Nazi. Coincidence?
No.
Number 3. The little girl is holding up one finger, signifying that there's only one race, the human race. Callous disregard for the lived experiences of black bodies. Number 4. The family is smiling. Actually smiling, but racism still exists? Unreal. Number 5. There's a basket in the picture. Do you know who else uses baskets? Slaves. Number 5 again. If you turn your head and squint, you can clearly see the letters KKK spelled out in the fireworks. Horrific.
You're gonna go check to see if they're in the original picture, and
not.
it is not.
Nice. Number 6. There is no dad in the picture. This is because their dad is in jail for rioting in the Capitol on January 6th with all the other racists. Number 7. The girl is wearing a cowboy hat, just like the Border Patrol agent. She probably had a whip too. I've got that picture beside that picture. Number 8. This picture features fireworks culturally appropriated from China. The invention of a proud culture used this in this crude patriotic ceremony. Sad. Number 9. White fireworks outshine the blackness of space. That's called atmospheric racism. Educate yourself. Number 10. None of the kids who have been aborted. Typical white privilege. Oh, and don't forget the American flag, the most racist symbol of all. That's just a starter list. There are at least 253 other racist elements within this privileged picture. Can you spot all of them? Let us know in the comments.
Sorry, Ken. The free press needs to be destroyed.
Sorry, atmospheric racism.
Yeah, that was the one that got me.
Gets me on a spiritual level.
Let us search for them.
Sorry, you should have spotted 10 by now.
Well, 6 o'clock. You all stumble out of your rooms, bright-tailed and bushy-eyed. Good morning, Derek.
Morning, Kichwa.
Were you planning on...
I forgot again, didn't I?
Kichwa wishes he was still in a place where pants were not required.
Pants aren't required where you're from?
You try wearing pants in the very hot jungle?
I have not, but that doesn't sound smart.
Nothing is more stealthy when you're sneaking up upon a jungle cat like the sound of corduroy wadding away.
I'm sure.
Your pants say as you're trying to sneak up upon a thing made out of razor blades and fur.
Maybe I need to go to your home at some point.
Kichwa would love to show you.
Hunt some lions or something.
Okay.
Maybe a kitty cat.
He just wants a swag.
Well, he would also be beholden to all of the responsibilities that come with that status, which I don't think you're willing to do somehow.
Derek has no idea what that means.
A white man and trying to kill endangered animals. Racism.
And appropriating his culture.
We went down to the oppressed Wambisi people and asked them about this racist monster. We're okay with it. He hunted the lion. He is now a warrior of the Wambisi tribe. Poor internalized racism. Is there no end to the crimes of Derek Strong, intentional Nazi?
That'll be the name of my my show.
Derek Strong, intentional Nazi. Well, now we're going to talk about the budget. Hey, what's everyone else doing?
Jim?
You know, I've decided. Derek needs to play the role of Shatner in the Christmas play. There! £2.
Are you writing that Christmas play?
No. We're just going to use the standard Christmas play, right?
What's the standard Christmas play? I assumed it was that one with that Scrooge guy and he gets visited by
No.
three
The
ghosts.
one where they travel to Bethlehem and there's the wise men.
Does Shatner also like to fight a lot too?
Actually, yes.
Who's Shatner?
I didn't want to say it. I'm glad it's not me.
I hate that I have to say that.
Oh, Roxanne, I'm afraid we're not gonna. We can't have you at the table anymore. Not until we've educated you on Shatner.
Yes. I actually don't know who it is either, but
I mean, isn't that a bit extreme just because I don't know who someone is?
How would you like it if I didn't know who George Washington was?
True, that would be an affront.
You see, it's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing.
Fine,
So-
My hill, I'm dying on it.
fine, you can teach me who Shatner is.
he was
Yay.
a father figure.
Yeah,
One of the founding fathers. No. President.
No, but he's certainly foundational. Not Arthur C. Clarke's foundation, though.
I don't think I've taken up what they've said in the right way.
It's alright, Bunny. No one expects you to know who Shatner is.
There you go. You get a free pass.
Well, at the moment,
But I would expect her to know who Bilbo Baggins was. Right.
Oh yeah, Bilbo Baggins, of course.
Slide boots.
when was that written? Like